playground. Hooray!
Welcome in for another edition of the Outcast podcast. What's up, party people? It is Gentry here for episode number 35 of the Outcast podcast.
Wow.
35, the Durantula special.
That's right. This is the Kevin Durant episode, we're calling it.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Only without the feelings, though.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
I've met Kevin Durant. I will say this about him. Some of the skinniest ankles I've ever seen on a man to be
Skangles.
to be 7 foot tall. The
Why
guy,
are you
he got
looking at a dude's
skankles.
ankles, bro?
you know,
Why would you not be looking at a man's ankles,
you,
Ramo?
you size up an athlete, to see what they have that you don't have. Like, why was I not a professional basketball player? I noticed right away he's 7 foot. So check the box. That's why he's in and I'm not.
You also check his ankles to see if he puts lotion on.
Does he get hurt a lot?
No, because
Like,
if
does
he
his
put
ankles get hurt a lot?
No,
they
do.
do a lotion check
No,
on all
because
the
you gotta do
ankles.
the lotion check. You gotta make
Lotion
sure, like,
check.
man, look, this dude don't put lotion on his feet, on his ankles. He
He would just have to be. He would just have to be
No.
like very well balanced, right?
What's the
No,
best
no, man.
lotion, Memphis?
Jergens is okay. I
Got the Jergens in them, Jergens.
These guys are gross.
I got a homemade brand, and we'll tell y'all off air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Disgusting.
All right. Let's get into the show. First of all, I'd like
I
to
thought
say...
that was the show. We're done.
all right.
Peace out.
That was it.
I'd like to say hello to Ramo without the G. He said soon enough he'll be dropping the G, but
come on.
for now...
that was a secret.
Ramo, no G.
What's
up, Ramo?
Oh my god.
No G.
Hey, what's going on?
Ramo Light.
They can
Actually,
edit
like
that.
a lot of my friends and people that I know just call me that, so I just
Ramo.
Everybody in the
Yeah,
control room
Ramo.
just edited
That
that
and
part out.
fucker.
Yeah, well, I like that one better actually.
We,
Term
also,
of endearment.
I want to have you spoken to your people from your native country of Puerto Rico? I guess it's not a different country; it is a
no,
U.S.
it's a US
territory.
territory,
How are
jackass,
people
my
doing
native
in
country.
How are people doing in Puerto Rico?
From what I understand, not too good. There's a lot going on there. I haven't personally spoke with anybody. I don't keep a day-to-day contact with anybody that lives on the island, although my thoughts and prayers are with everybody there. And obviously, hoping that this time around, things will be done properly and they'll get the aid.
Yeah, because they
need
haven't recovered from Maria.
to
a few
make
years
sure
back.
that, another storm comes and then they're at least prepared somewhat. So,
And again-
and it doesn't fall squarely on, any one government of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of people on the island that dropped the ball out
Now,
from what I understand. So, like, the blame all the way around. I think hopefully this time everybody involved gets it the right.
They get it right.
Gets it right.
True.
Yeah,
They get it
definitely.
right.
Yeah.
Now, from where we are down in the tip of Florida, some of the people
The
from our
tip of
local
Florida.
news station actually went over there when Maria hit,
Sure.
and they took supplies and
They
stuff
did.
over there.
They
So
did.
that's we're kind of close to where it happened. I think we got hit by
And a lot
Maria
of
too,
people
didn't
help.
we?
Yeah,
Did we
yeah.
get hit
You know
by
what
it
I'm
a little
saying?
bit?
Like, they got a lot of help, but
You know who
So
else
we're
can
pretty
help?
close.
Come
We're
on.
kind of close.
Yeah.
You know who else can help? All you fuckers out there who come up to
Yeah.
the damn DJs, ask for fucking Bad
Oh my
Bunny.
God.
You need to be first in line.
He's got issues.
First
guys.
in line. You want to hear Bad Bunny? I want receipts that you donated to Puerto Rico, and I'll take you guys off of punishment. You get off of Bad Bunny punishment. But if I don't see no receipt, if you donate money to Puerto Rico, your ass still on punishment. So go help.
Now, what song do they get if they donate?
It depends on my liking.
They like anyone, Bad Bunny, anyone. I don't
Me
care.
Me
Depends on
porto
my liking.
bonito,
They
I'm
got
sure.
this phone up with the shit.
And like, nah, you get whatever Bad Bunny song I play.
guys-
Only if you have a receipt.
You guys are haters, bro.
They know
No, I
haters.
play.
They're just
Look,
annoying.
I actually, as a DJ, play it all the time. I like it. The girls love it. I actually like it. I actually, not that one. Titi Mi Pregundo
Yeah, yeah.
is my favorite right
That was
now.
pretty good.
Which means my aunt asked me. My
Yeah.
aunt asked me why am I partying so much. I said I'm in the VIP. That's terrible. I know,
But why,
that's how
why,
it goes.
yeah, why
that's
is
like
she
my
not
favorite
married?
song right now.
You know,
I
why
don't
she have a
dislike
boyfriend,
Bad
a
Bunny.
girlfriend? Like,
Yeah, I don't dislike him, and I would
yeah,
like
why'd
to
he
play
settle
his
down?
music.
He's
because
like,
he's
yeah.
partying in
Look
the
at my-
VIP
yeah,
and he's
my
having a
aunt
good
asked me.
time.
But
I like
his,
that.
his,
And,
his,
Mi
his,
Puerto
his audience
Bonito?
is
That's a
annoying
good one.
as hell. They're very annoying.
The very gringo.
Bad Bunny's
Spanish.
fans, they're annoying as hell. What started out
Because they
as
ask you to play a song.
yeah, but then how they do it, and they keep coming. And they keep.
They are
and
relentless.
It ain't just,
The
and it's
Bad
not just
Bunny
me.
fan
Listen,
is
and it's not
relentless.
just
No,
me.
You got to rotate the Bad Bunny in kind of a rotation.
Listen, there are DJs
You got
across
to
the
be able to
country
keep
that
out of your head.
cannot stand that and will not play Bad Bunny because of that. Like, just let us get to it. We know we gonna get to him. We gonna rock and throw something in there. You be straight. But when you come up to doing this shit, nah, you like I said, you on Bad Bunny punishment.
I think all the DJs are feeling it though.
But well, and I would I
bit
think
much.
it's nice. I know the club that I DJ at. I'm on stage, so
What about all
I
the
can't
other
get to
Spanish
you.
singers?
I don't get that hassle.
What about
so for me? It's
like,
not.
They no
Don
that big a
Omar,
deal.
he's like, why aren't people holding the phone up with the Don Omar?
And
thing?
man, Don Omar,
There you go.
Daddy Yankee, what's the other dude I like? I really like. I like.
Enrique
Daddy Yankee.
Iglesias.
I like Enrique too. Enrique got his boy. That boy smooth as
Mark
fuck,
Anthony.
Man.
Yeah, but that's more like salsa.
And he
That's different.
smashed
That's a
J-Lo.
different type of music.
Mark Anthony, because he.
What
I
about
like.
You
Ricky
think?
Martin?
I don't know.
Hell yeah,
man.
he smashed J Lo. They got twins.
Not Ricky Martin?
What?
Not Ricky Martin?
He
Ricky
ain't
Martin.
done in a while. I mean, I like the Living La Vida Loca. That was dope.
Yeah, that was a
long
hot
time ago.
record when that came
Wasn't
out.
it though? Hey, it still go today to the right place.
It crossed over, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
How the hell did we get here?
What about who sings Suavemente? No,
Ooh, that's a
Elvis
good one.
Crespo.
Yeah,
Elvis Crespo?
That's
Yeah.
still a hit. That's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
a
yeah.
classic. Yeah.
I was hoping to hear from my friend in Puerto Rico. He said he has no power, but he's got some kind of like Tesla power,
Walls.
battery powered walls.
You ever heard of that?
It does.
I did. I've heard of those.
He's got
Yeah.
solar panels
No,
and
no, no.
Tesla power
Yeah,
walls.
but
he
they're on the
said.
walls.
You know,
yeah.
believe it or not, me and my wife have been looking into them, and because of our insurance, the insurance
I was
we
just gonna
hold,
say that. Yeah.
we can't have the
Same
kind
here.
that hooks up to the power lines that transfers energy within the power company.
Mhm.
Like if we get panels on our house, we have to get the type that has a battery that stores the energy and then powers our house through the battery.
I see.
That way it saves us
So
money.
it can't do
no,
the
it
straight
can't.
direct current from the wall.
Believe it or not, what it is it has something to do within the contract of the whole thing and what's going on. Because obviously, like, it's not just, oh, the government's giving to you for free, so here they are. We're going to put them on your house. Enjoy your cheap electric bill. No, that's not what goes down, okay? There's things that happen, and there's definitely something going on with it, of course, as well as it should, because, you know, I'm sure it costs money or whatever to build them and all this other stuff. And eventually it's supposed to like pay you back your money. So that's kind of cool or whatever in that respect. And it does make your electric bill cheaper, if not almost non-existent. But you end up paying for the solar panels pretty much as, let's say, your electric bill would be.
I fell asleep.
for-
I didn't even.
About like forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so you're paying a lot of money. You're paying a lot of money for them. So, you know, it works, but some people can't have it. And like what they put in the contract, like makes you liable for some things that could happen
Yeah,
with
so like
the panels.
if it, like a hurricane
Catches
come
fire.
and it snatches off your house and flies into somebody else's house, you're liable because that's how the insurance, our company, won't let us have it, which is
Things of that
dumb,
nature, right?
you
Or
know?
if it causes a fire in your house because it was installed improperly or whatever, like that. If you sign off on that saying that you're going to use your home insurance to pay for that, when in all actuality, they probably should pay for it if it was something that they did.
True. Insurance is a freaking scam. It's all a scam.
Oh, I've always said that. Yeah.
Home
Health
insurance,
insurance,
I
don't
mean,
home
like it.
insurance, auto insurance.
Don't say that because Ramo's wife sells insurance, homeowners insurance. You know, you don't want to.
It's
Hey.
not a scam. You got to have it. Like it would
You
be a
gotta
scam.
have it.
It
That's
would be
the
a scam. It wouldn't be a. Well,
It's a
no, that's what I'm
sham.
saying. Like it
It's
wouldn't.
a sham.
It well, I mean, you
When
could
it,
think
when it
that,
comes
but
time to pay out,
until you need
they're
it.
so good at not giving you shit.
That's
a
that's
sham.
not always the case. There's a
Not
lot of
always
people
the
that
case, but there
benefit
are-
from get it. Well, I mean, sometimes people are shady if they can find a way, you know, or think that you're being not so honest and they can prove that. Like, of
Now
course they're not.
people
gonna pay
need
it.
car insurance because then if somebody hits you in their car and
and your house
they,
is the
they
same.
need to
like,
be able to
Yeah,
pay
but
for
still,
your shit if they
The
wreck your shit.
penalties that you get from all this crap and that can go on.
Like
and
if
on
somebody
and on.
falls in your house or some shit like that, like they can sue the fuck out of you.
I don't
man.
know.
yeah.
Then they got to die. They're not making it out of the house. Fucking, oh, you fell
That's
down.
why I don't come to your
Sorry.
house anymore, motherfucker.
Lock the door.
Let me make
Honey,
sure
get the door.
Let me make sure I don't fall in TK's house and I'm wearing a fucking puffer suit. So if I do fall, I can just get my ass up. I don't want to come up missing. Well, I was Memphis last week. Oh, he was over at TK's.
We got plenty of those burrowing owls. They'll eat your body up.
I
throw them
love
outside.
those.
I know.
Oh,
Get down
Do they
there,
really
Uncle.
eat your body? Do they
No,
really do that?
no. They eat mice.
Jeez.
They eat mice and
man,
shit.
such
Just
We're
fucking
made out of
bullshit.
Fox
I was just trying to
News?
think
No.
like what? Fox News.
Fox News.
Although the foxes might eat your body
Who told
up.
you
They
that?
have foxes
Tucker
out
Carlson?
there. Tucker Carlson might eat your body up out there. I don't know.
Tucker
If I was
Carlson.
a hot chick, maybe. Yeah.
Speaking of Fox News, let's move on to our next topic that really got Ramo and Tomcat fired up before we went on the air.
What was it?
This was the
I don't remember
DeSantis
that.
move
That.
to have the migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, yeah.
These migrants, these migrants have filed a lawsuit now against Governor.
Now, how do you
Governor
file a
They
DeSantis.
should.
lawsuit when you're not legally a citizen? I don't understand that.
They didn't file a
They're
lawsuit.
allowed to be here. They have their paperwork and everything states that they're allowed to be here. They're not like illegal aliens from Mexico. They are like seeking
because
asylum
they're seeking asylum
from the
But
country. Yes,
the first
that's-
thing you do when you
that's-
get here is file a lawsuit. I'm just saying.
No.
God,
Well,
I mean, they
when
were-
somebody
they were
lies,
human
when somebody
trafficked.
lies to you and tells you that you're going somewhere to get something that's going to help you better your life, that's
how do
why
you know
they
he
came to
lied
America.
to them?
What?
Oh my God!
How do
Do
you know
you not pay
he lied
attention?
to them?
Do you not pay attention?
I'm asking you.
Do you not? Because
They
they,
have
said
documents.
it.
They have
Yeah,
documentation.
that's why
that
they're
says it.
suing him,
Who
bro.
Yeah,
has
they're-
documentation?
The damn
all
people
do.
that are in Massachusetts right now, the
They all
goddamn
have it.
the people he sent out there.
It's
The
lit- they-
the people that are in Martha's Vineyard are saying that DeSantis lied to the people.
The people that
You know they
actually
signed a
went there
consent form, right?
because he lied to them.
They signed a consent form.
How many
To
times
go
have you
there.
signed something, Tomcat, you didn't really know what you were signing?
But isn't your word your bond? I mean, especially if you're a new citizen, you just
Dude,
got
don't-
here.
dude,
You
It's
sign the
American,
first
man.
thing you sign, you're gonna.
Oh my God, you're really gonna try to explain this out as some bullshit? Like really,
Here's the thing.
morally, like
Listen,
really?
They-
You think
he
it's
helped-
okay?
He
You
gave them.
think it's
These
okay
people
to
were
use
homeless in a
somebody?
parking lot. He flew them on a jet to
They were not homeless
the
in a
nicest
fucking
sanctuary
parking lot,
city.
bro.
Now, you know, let me talk. The nicest sanctuary city probably in the world. What's the problem there?
They were not homeless in a fucking parking lot, bro.
Okay, you're disputing the fact, but they
Okay,
were.
okay, whatever.
Let me
Okay,
read
they
the
were
article.
Invited. They were invited there and told that they had jobs and assistance.
Where were
waiting
they
for
when
them.
they were invited there? Where were they?
I have no idea. I know they
Exactly.
were
Well, I
invited.
do.
there.
They were
Mike.
homeless in a parking lot.
Okay,
Let me read
just said it.
Let me read the article from NPR. We'll
right.
see what they say.
sure.
It says here, this is more about the civil rights lawsuit, but we'll see what it says. It says that a civil rights law firm filed a federal class action lawsuit yesterday against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and others for transporting around 50 immigrants from San Antonio to Martha's Vineyard without shelter or resources in place, I guess is the complaint. The legal action comes after today, when nearly 50 migrants were taken on planes from San Antonio to Massachusetts with a stop in Florida in between. They arrived with no warning, and the local community scrambled to provide food, shelter, and some translation for them. The migrants say that they were not told about their final destination, but were promised a chance at jobs and for a better life. So
Yeah.
I guess
You can't find that at Martha's Vineyard?
They were lied to, bro.
I'm saying
They were
It don't matter if
they
it
were
was,
misled.
they
And
came.
that
They
for
wanted to come to
political
America,
gain,
and
that's-
they're in America.
that's-
It doesn't really matter what part
Oh
of
my
America.
God. This-
Does the
this is
border
what we're
towns?
dealing
Can
with,
I
folks.
finish
ahead.
anything?
Go
Fucking
ahead.
sentence.
Go ahead.
that's-
Right? You don't agree with me, but let me finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Do only the border towns have to take the brunt of all of the population that's coming across because they're simply the border towns?
You think so? You think that's the case?
And
Do
does
you
Joe
know how
Biden-
many immigrants are in
Okay,
fucking
I'm
New
done, I
York
guess.
City in the history of this fucking earth? Do you realize how many immigrants are in California and all over the
you
fucking
listen-
country? That's what this country is
Yeah,
founded
this is the
on.
same old argument. That's what this country's founded on. I'm an immigrant too. My parents are immigrants.
There
I'm
you
Irish
go.
and Italian. Exactly. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about all of the states along the border being asked to take all of their resources, taking on the flood of all of the people that are coming. and none of the states that call themselves sanctuary cities being asked to burden any. And when 50 migrants show up on their doorstep, they ask the National Guard to come and take them to a military base
I have a
instead of
question.
housing them. And they're just showing the hypocrisy of it all, that the border states shouldn't have to take the brunt of it. And Joe Biden was flying migrants all over the country in the dead of night on planes, and nobody called that
Okay,
trafficking.
I have a question.
Did you get all that?
He was probably helping
hold
them.
on,
asked me.
hold on,
He
wait.
was
I said
probably
it.
actually helping them.
Hold on. TK has
He
a-
was helping them, but Ron DeSantis wasn't.
Let
No,
Memphis ask
because
his
he left
question.
them just out there with nothing. He didn't set shit up for them. It
I
was
get-
a ploy
Hold on. I
Okay.
give
to
you-
get people like you fired up with this nonsense.
I'm not fired up. I'm just saying
no,
it was a
it's- okay.
ploy
No,
to
he's
get
not.
people to
He's- no.
see the problem at the border
Okay, I have a
that people
question.
need to come to
Hold
through
on, wait,
immigration
wait,
the
hold on.
proper
Not that
way.
big a problem. I'm
All right.
sure it's being handled
so
properly.
TK, you don't have
Or the best it
TK,
could.
you don't have a problem with DeSantis doing what he did, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Good. All right. So let me ask you this. Being that you saying that you don't have a problem with DeSantis, what he did, why did he get involved in a border town? Because Florida is not on the border. We don't border shit but Georgia. And Georgia's far away from the border.
Right.
But since you say that you don't have a problem with what he did, since he decided to go help them out in San Antonio, which is Texas,
Right.
why
Using
didn't
Florida state funds,
Yeah,
16 million we
and
had
he-
to
and he
deport
did,
illegals.
which
They
is-
stopped in Florida
What-
before they went to Martha's Vineyard, so that covers that.
No, why didn't he leave them here? Why didn't he keep them in Florida?
It doesn't matter. They
But-
signed a
no,
consent form to
no,
go to
no.
Martha's Vineyard.
No, it does
doesn't matter why.
It does matter because one, they didn't know they was going to Martha's Vineyard. They might never heard of Martha's Vineyard. But the fact, my point is, if he decided to use,
They got
They were
phones
misled.
with
wait,
Google.
listen.
They were
No,
misled.
listen.
Whatever you
No,
want to
come
say, they
on.
were misled. and
Like,
that's
come on,
wrong.
man. We deal in reality,
wrong.
not the
You're
emotion.
asking me questions. I'm answering them.
No.
Again, you may not like my answers, but I'm answering your questions.
But that it don't make sense, TK.
It's wrong.
Because it's like you kind of like
You do know that I'm not the only person that thinks like me.
Sure,
right?
of course.
Well,
I might
yeah.
be here outnumbered right now, but I'm not the only person that
No,
thinks
we know
what I'm
that.
telling you right
We're-
now.
Well, I'm
We're
here to
trying
tell
our
you-
letting you
best
know
to
that.
I'm just
change
here to
it.
tell you that that's crazy thinking, man.
Okay.
Trying our
Because
best.
he used state funds, which are our tax dollars. Let's just throw that out there.
Which was
Which is
for
which?
deporting people.
Which he shouldn't have gone to Texas in the first place. Take care of what's going on in the state of Florida. Let Abbott deal with what's going on in Texas. They got plenty of funds out there. He ain't used none of those Texas funds to fly them anywhere and stop in Florida. No, DeSantis decided to do that on his own and not use and do that. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy.
Well, I'm reading on in the article here, and I see where it says DeSantis appeared on Sean Hannity's show on Fox News, and the governor said that the investigation was an overreaction and that the migrants had chose to go to Martha's Vineyard voluntarily. He also asserted that all the migrants had signed consent forms, which his office did share with NPR, and said that all of the flights were virtue signaling. And
I'm sure we'll find out.
he's claiming that they signed something that said that they knew what they were getting involved.
I'm sure he will say that.
Question.
So apparently
Wait, hold
we
on,
were
wait,
arguing
No,
about
I'm
it.
cool with that. I'm cool
No,
with
wait,
that. Yeah,
wait.
If
No. Question. Listen to my question.
All right.
They said, okay, well, let's go to Martha's Vineyard. Where are these folks from? Origin freaking
Guatemala?
Tina.
They have no
Guatemala.
idea.
They are not from the United States, and I'm pretty sure 100% none of them know anywhere in the United States where
But
anything
isn't that
is.
racist to say
But-
that they're too
but
they
wait.
can't figure out what Martha's Vineyard is?
No.
Don't you think that's a little racist?
No, what we're
Do they
saying
have-
is
They're too
they're in a
inept. They
situation.
Let me
can't
ask
figure
you
it
something.
out. They don't
They're-
know
Hold
how
on,
to
wait,
use
hold
their
on,
phone.
wait.
They're
How-
in a
but
situation
how do-
to
wait,
be
hold on,
taking
wait a
advantage
minute,
of
wait a
it. I
minute.
think
No,
they
wait a
have
minute.
been.
What's Martha's
Okay,
Vineyard?
so they use their phones. Do you know? Here's what most Americans don't know, that the technology that we have in our country, not everybody has access to that outside our country. Where these folks came from, they don't have
They
that.
give them phones when they get here.
TK, but then how you go? If you give somebody something they never had and don't know how to use, how you gonna?
Now
how
you're calling them stupid.
I mean,
Oh my
I'm
God.
not calling them
Just
stupid.
don't.
I'm just saying.
let it go.
I'm
Just-
just
No.
doing
Can
what
we
they're
move
doing
on,
to me.
please? Because this is
Yeah, let's
ridiculous.
go to the next
This-
topic.
Okay.
Let's
Unbelievable.
move on.
Let's move on.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that the way it
Yeah,
is?
that's-
Let's move
Unbelievable.
on when you guys try to like pin me down on something and can't.
We're
Let's
not
move
pinning you down. No, we're
on.
told you just whatever, dude.
That
If
was
that's
not
how,
making any
if
kind
that's
of
the way
sense.
you,
Your argument has
listen,
stalled out.
No.
Let's move on.
No, yeah, you know why? Because if I can't make you understand that doing shit like that to people
Flying people to Martha's Vineyard.
Can I finish now?
Yeah.
All right. Just to make a fucking point, regardless of whatever.
What
the
point
reason.
was he making, though? Like, what do you think the point is that he was trying to make?
He's trying to show them that if you're a sanctuary city,
no, that's wrong.
If you're a
sending
sanctuary
50 fucking
city,
people,
and
you
you've got
really
signs
think
out,
you really
if you're
think
a
that makes it
sanctuary
different?
city,
You
and
really
you've got
think that makes
signs
a
out,
difference?
If you're a sanctuary
Do you?
city and you've got
Whatever,
signs
dude. Get outta
outside,
here, dude. Get
and,
outta
and
here.
the signs
It's
say that we
ridiculous.
take in migrants,
That's
and somebody
sad.
flies
You're
them there, and you
sad,
have the
bro. That's
National
sad.
Guard come and take
It's
them away,
sad.
you're a hypocrite.
Is it
That's
sad.
what he's showing you.
Would it be
You don't
okay?
want to let me talk, do you? You're
That's
just like
sad.
talking
No,
over me.
that's
No,
sad.
I
It's
like
sad.
that.
Whatever.
I like that.
It has
I
nothing
like
to
that.
do with
Would it
what
been
happens
okay if
once they get there.
Would it been
The
okay if
reason
they
they're
sent
there.
them to Omaha, Nebraska instead of Martha's Vineyard?
Because they're proving a point that these people are hypocrites, and they got them in 48 hours. They were gone.
So you want
Gone.
to move people around to prove a point.
They moved him around.
Well, not
they
you-
moved
not
him
you.
around. They fucking put him on a plane and on
But
a
that's
military
what I'm
jet
saying.
and
That's
moved
what
him
I'm
to a
saying.
base.
So that's what
when
I'm
Ron
saying.
DeSantis took him there, it was trafficking. But when they scooped him up and took him to the
It wasn't
military
trafficking.
base,
It
it's
wasn't
not.
trafficking. It wasn't trafficking. It was just fucking
It was trafficking.
disrespectful. It was dishonest.
It was trafficking. It was trafficking.
It was pathetic. It really was.
those
And
are all-
it's sad.
those
It's
are all
sad
the
that
emotional points.
These
The fact
are the
is
things
that
that
was
we're coming
trafficking.
to
It
in
is.
America.
It is
to do
definitely
things,
sad
and
that,
it's sad.
that things
It's
have
sad.
elevated to this point.
It's
but the reason I
ridiculously sad.
don't have a
It's not an
problem with it
issue.
is I think it is elevated to this point.
it's a
Nobody's
manufactured
talking about
issue.
fentanyl, which is killing people at an insane rate, and that is because the border is completely open.
All right,
Is it?
I think
TK.
people are
Yes.
talking about that, though, TK.
All right,
I've been
TK.
hearing
Let me ask you
about
this.
that.
Let me ask you this, TK.
I'm talking about it too.
Hold on.
It's
Let me ask you.
important.
I got a good point for you. Say, for example, you flee the United States for whatever reason you did, and you say you go to Germany, right? And you find yourself in Germany, but you ain't got nowhere to go. But you're in Frankfurt. And so the prime minister of France decides, you and a bunch of other people that are like not foreign from Germany decide, hey, you know what? Y'all need not be in Frankfurt. We're gonna move you to Cologne, so to speak, right? He like, all right, I ain't never been in fucking Cologne. I ain't never
Sounds
been
like
in
it
fucking
smells
Germany.
good there.
But either way, they move you
Jackass.
there. They move you there, but you don't know nothing about. You have no resources. They give you a phone. But then that's all they get.
Dude, it's shady as fuck.
You see how fucked up
Sorry.
that is?
I don't really because if I'm
All right,
coming,
man.
can I?
All right.
If I'm coming from a place that I'm seeking asylum from, which is apparently hell, because I'm seeking asylum. I get here, I'm already in El Paso area, which isn't that bad, and then I'm
El Paso
and I'm
is-
given a flight to Martha's Vineyard. I don't know. I mean, it's like the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
Now, would you guys change your minds on the story, Ramo and Memphis, if you find out that indeed they did sign paperwork that was full disclosure as to what they were getting themselves involved in?
If they had
Is
no
that on
idea
them?
what they were signing, no, because I'm pretty sure most of them don't speak fluent
Lick,
English.
if any.
They don't speak fluent English, so they probably
Which
should
is
not
why
be
originally-
signing contracts to do anything. And is why people shouldn't be doing anything to them outside of what America has agreed to do
What-
for people
in
who
your
are
opinion-
seeking asylum in our fucking
In
country.
your opinion, Ramo, how have
What
the
do we do and
situation
where do we
should have
send
been
them?
handled? What
Okay.
should have been done?
What
in your
should have
opinion?
been done is whatever possibly could be done by the state in which they came in. And if that means that our national government should give them a lot more money to take care of and handle that shit, which I'm pretty sure they fucking do, all right? Even though the infrastructure in
you've got to be
Texas
the border
is a shit
towns.
show.
You've got to deal with it. We'll give you money, but we get to keep our little
They
Martha's Vineyard and
send-
islands with no
they send-
migrants.
Why the fuck? Where are you at? Are you at Martha's Vineyard? You're
know-
not. You're here in
So
Florida.
you're saying that
So
that's what's
don't
fair.
worry
That's
about-
what's fair. Is all the border states. If you just happen to be along the border with
Dude,
Mexico, you or
I
your
think-
state should bear the brunt of all the immigration.
No, I think that right there at the border is where they should be. And once they get processed and are allowed to come in the country, they should be free to go anywhere as long as they're vetted and the country has done
Well,
everything.
Biden was
If he-
shipping them all over the country in planes. Did you not agree
We
with
ain't
that?
gonna do that.
Do you not agree with
Gentry,
that?
do we have another topic, please?
Do you not
Because
agree with
this
that,
is-
or do you say that didn't happen?
This is.
We do have another topic.
Please, thank you. Let's go.
We could
Then
talk.
why do we even talk about this?
We shouldn't,
Exactly.
because
We could talk about Joe Biden. let's talk about Joe Biden for a moment, and then we'll move on from politics.
Jesus.
Helpful.
Did you see the 60 Minutes appearance of Joe Biden?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about it till I saw it on Twitter the other day, and I'm like, oh, he was on TV, but then I don't watch TV like that.
I just
After
don't-
everybody
I'm not
enjoyed
interested.
football on Sunday, they had the opportunity to tune in to 60 Minutes and hear our president. There were a couple things that he said that I was excited about. One, he said that the pandemic was over. He actually said the pandemic is officially over, which is good news. I think that's great news to hear that the pandemic is over. It
By and
does.
large, sure. I mean,
It does upset me slightly that we had to be locked down for all the time that we were, because to me it seems like people are still getting COVID and people are still getting sick. I don't know how many people are dying because they're not making a big deal out of it on the news like they were, a year and a half ago. But I was surprised to see him so nonchalantly on 60 Minutes just say that the pandemic is over. I do have the audio here. Let's listen to President Joe Biden on 60 Minutes talking to Scott Pelley.
President, first Detroit auto show in 3 years.
Yeah.
jackass. There you
Is
go.
the pandemic over?
The pandemic is over. We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot of work on it. But the pandemic is over. If you notice, no one's wearing masks. Everybody seems to be in pretty good shape. And so I think it's changing. And
Everybody
I think
but you.
this is a perfect example of it.
Swish.
I think it's pretty clear what he just said. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're trying to make an issue out of nothing. And
Yeah,
No, they're making an
that's
issue
a-
out of it because there's all these emergency orders that are enacted right now. So if the pandemic's over, shouldn't they all be rescinded? Shouldn't
What
people who are in the
emergency orders?
military that are not being allowed to do their job be allowed to do their
And
job
please
again?
tell me where the fuck you
That's-
got your doctor from. I want to know.
See,
you don't.
that's
You
so
don't,
funny.
right? You don't.
You asked the question. I just
scientists-
answered you.
Scientists and doctors are making decisions in places you don't even know
So
about.
because I'm a
So-
doctor, I can't have any opinion.
No, it's not that you don't have opinion. Your opinions are fucking stupid because you're trying to say something ain't happening when doctors and scientists are making decisions based on the
That's
facts.
classic.
So you attack me, I'm stupid.
No, I'm saying
I start
decisions
talking
you're-
about the topic.
The
You
decisions
attack
you're
me, I'm
making are
stupid.
crazy.
What I say is
they're out
crazy.
of they're out of bounds. They're like, if a doctors and scientists are saying, hey, in this particular section of America, wherever this is, you're saying that they're shutting shit down here and there or whatever, putting in notices. They obviously feel that in that particular place they need it. Who are you who to judge them and
I didn't
tell them
say
that?
that,
No,
Remo.
you are. You're totally
Nah.
saying it. You're saying
Nah.
it doesn't need to happen. If they can happen and it can still be over.
What I
and the
said
rest
was,
of the
if
country.
he said the pandemic's over, then why are there still emergency orders after you get done with your fucking little speech?
Okay, because they're trying to keep it in check, jackass.
Did you
So
hear what
it
I said
stays
there?
out of being a pandemic.
Fucking
dick.
you were talking about.
Yeah.
Calling me stupid, motherfucker.
Yeah. All right. Is that what it is?
All right, girls.
I know, right?
Let's just calm down slightly. Let's take a breath. The Outcast podcast is proudly sponsored by BetterHelp.com. If the government has got you hype and you need someone to talk to, I don't think they care if you're a Democrat or a Republican at BetterHelp. They'll
I'm sure
talk.
they don't.
They'll even talk to libertarians. They will talk to green, even people that are not U.S. citizens probably could get help from BetterHelp.com/Outcast. You too could save 10% on your first month service at BetterHelp.com/Outcasts. Just figured I would break it up with an ad here because I felt like I was in the middle of a Rocky 3 in between
He's such a jackass.
Mr. T,
Mr. fucking
T
antagonized
and
shit,
Rocky
then
over here.
friggin-
You started it.
Right.
Isn't that what you were looking for?
He was. What a jackass.
Like a dick. You got
love
what you
it.
was looking for,
That's
didn't
so
ya?
funny.
No.
Scumbag.
I love you, Tomcat. You're my guy.
I
dude.
love you too,
know that.
man.
You're my
You
brother.
guys are fucking crazy.
I feel you.
We are. Yep.
I think we have to agree to disagree. I guess I try to look at both sides. I try not to be too loyal
Yeah.
to one because I think that they're all crooked.
Facts.
But I do,
Yeah,
with
you
this
don't.
COVID stuff, though, I will side with TK that I just think it's bizarre where my dad, who's immune compromised, has
Sure.
been boosted and double boosted and triple boosted, and he has a low immune system, and he's followed every guideline that the CDC has told him to do.
Mhm.
And as soon as he got the vaccine, he gets sick, and he's had COVID twice now. And so it's like, what good did the vaccine do? He still got sick. Oh, he would have died had he not. That's what he's being told.
It's
you would
very
have
likely.
died.
It's
you
likely.
would have
It's-
died if you hadn't got it. I didn't get the
The
vaccine.
number said that.
I didn't die.
It sounds like some
You're
movie
young.
shit.
But now here we are. It still seems like people are getting COVID. I keep hearing people are sick with COVID. People are sick with COVID. But now it's over because it doesn't seem to fit the agenda of the administration. It's almost like we're supposed to forget about that. We're on to new things. That's the way I feel.
You
When
could
I-
have said all of that by just saying, I don't understand science.
I don't think
Next
the
topic.
What do you mean you
administration
don't understand?
feels that way.
It has nothing to do with science. It has to do with just perception of
I think
what
it's
I
more
see.
about control than it is about science because I don't think the
Medicine has nothing to do
administration.
with science.
I don't think the administration had any plans on canceling the
Medicine
pandemic.
has nothing
so
to
that's
do with
why when he
science.
said that, they were like, they walked it back right away because he said it, but the administration is not saying that. And Fauci came right out, boom, boom, boom. They were like, no way, buddy. We got all this shit planned out. We got you guys locked down. Fucking.
But that
yada,
was under
yada,
the Trump
yada.
administration, though.
What? Oh, all of it. I don't agree with any of it. I don't
Yeah.
agree with any of the police state shit, the locking
Yeah,
down
that-
people, the lockdowns.
that-
I don't agree with
depend-
any
I
of
feel
it.
you.
Excuse me. The reason why they did the lockdown because one, they didn't have a hand on the shit. You know, they didn't know how to handle it. So which is smart,
Yeah.
which is sucked.
They should have erred on
But it
freedom,
wasn't-
though. They should have erred on the side of freedom. That's what the
But
Constitution
you
said.
gotta-
They gave
I
an
think-
oath
but
to
you
it.
gotta
They should have
think-
done
hold on,
that.
but
I
here's
think
the
in
thing,
Florida we did. We were pretty
We did,
good
we
about
did.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though.
I
But
think
here's
in
the thing,
Florida
though.
we
You
did.
got what you guys are failing to you forget. Like this was a global thing. It wasn't just in the fucking
Yeah.
United. It was the fucking
Yeah.
globe.
We could in Florida, though.
Everybody.
Everything's outside here.
That's
like,
and that's the
it's
problem
hard
with
to get
Americans,
sick.
which Americans are really stupid. They so consumed about us when some things are just bigger than us.
Yeah.
People need to like fucking get out their zones and learn to be themselves instead of identifying with this, identifying with that. Learn who the F you are. Then after that, expand your mind, do some shit, different shit. Get out the fucking country. Most of these motherfuckers ain't never left their town or even read a book, but they have the biggest freaking opinions and don't know shit. And that's why you have more of this and that. You know, get out your zones.
I guess I would ask the question when it comes to the COVID stuff is what has changed? What has changed from a year ago when we were in a pandemic as opposed to now? What's the difference?
Doesn't seem like people are dying now like they got a handle on it. It seems like the vaccines and the different, things that they're trying, even Ron DeSantis, he had his own little thing that he was doing that seemed to be helping people get over it. Like different things like that are making
The
it
therapeutics.
better and helping us deal with it better. It's becoming more common. Our bodies are becoming more adapted to it with the vaccines and the exposure. We're able to handle it in a more efficient manner than we were before when it was completely unknown to our body.
So what
It fucked us up.
what you're saying is kind of what people are saying and what he said, but the administration is walking that back and they're saying, no, we're still in a pandemic, which is kind of what's got people kind of mad and confused
Sure,
because
I can see that.
pandemic means emergency powers.
yeah.
It means shit
Sure.
that we don't think is fair because now you just, like you said,
Right.
they have a
Well,
handle on it.
I think, well, and I can't speak for other people, but I would have to believe that they were speaking in the sense of, older people with illnesses that could, really take a wrong turn if they were to get infected with something this aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the general public per se, but, there's people that still got to worry about it. Like, you can't just, go to a club hanging out with or a festival with 1,000 people and then, see go grandma in a nursing home with MRSA. Like, if you have COVID, that could kill her, or, if she has another, congestive heart failure or some shit going on. Like, you never know. And, could they survive? People have, but a lot of people haven't. Do you want to take the risk? I think most people would say no. Why bother?
Well, I'm happy to hear that the pandemic is over.
Well,
I'm happy
think
that
we're getting closer, yeah.
moving on to it being over.
sure. Definitely.
I was happy to hear it. I was just a little confused by it. Because to me, it seems like people are still getting COVID, and they're getting it, from what I see, at an alarming rate. A lot of people are getting it. But maybe it's not as powerful as it was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I
Possible.
think we're getting to
I
it.
mean,
We're getting adapted to it.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Let's move on to the next topic. which is a TikTok challenge once again.
Fucking guys.
Do we have any of this chicken to try here?
Memphis,
bring some in?
Memphis actually sent this to the group text. It's something about you'll have to explain it. This is
What the heck is that? Are those ducks fucking?
This is a chicken AC/DC remix.
I like it.
And it's hype, too.
Okay.
All right, so that chicken and NyQuil.
Chicken's got talent.
Something about
Ooh.
what is this new TikTok
The
challenge?
scissor.
So the new TikTok challenge is cooking chicken in NyQuil.
Can you cook in NyQuil? Doesn't that have alcohol? Well, I guess it'll
apparently,
cook out.
they said cooking NyQuil is very toxic and you shouldn't even inhale it at all. You shouldn't
At all.
cook it.
So
Yeah.
these assholes, I don't
People
know.
make heroin.
I don't know who started. I feel like
Synthetic.
when you come to stupid shit like this, you gotta trace it all the way back to where the first TikTok video for this shit came up. Because why in the hell would you want to eat chicken and NyQuil? They don't go together like at all. Like you can't.
Yeah, who thought of that?
Like
Don't you use NyQuil to make meth?
Do
No,
they?
Yeah,
I
you
think
do
that's
something.
Sudafed. I think that's
Sudafed.
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 But
Same
motherfuckers,
shit, right?
you take some parents would give their kids a little bit of NyQuil to make them go to sleep. I mean, you know, hey, it is, but it also shit is supposed to do.
Did you hear
However,
that?
you're not supposed
You're
to
lucky
put
you don't have
chicken
kids, dude.
and
DCF
NyQuil
would be right
together.
in here, right
You
now.
TikTok idiots. That's just another link in the stupid chain of TikTok. They had the COVID challenge where people was going around licking doorknobs and toilet seats.
Trying to get
and
COVID?
All right, so
trying
wait,
to
wait,
get COVID.
Real quick.
Because this was another challenge.
Did you
Or-
eat any of this chicken?
Hell no. What the hell? I
Hold
don't
on,
do
here's the
none of that dumb
question.
shit.
Did you
Now
try
you-
the chicken gentry?
I haven't had the chicken, but I do have a mean Boston butt roast recipe where I do cook
Uh-oh.
it.
And butt roast.
Not in NyQuil, but in root beer.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But I could see how you could just substitute the root beer for some NyQuil,
How?
and I could see
How, Sway?
I could
How?
On
could-
accident, being
no.
very drunk one day.
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm
said you
saying I could see how someone would be an idiot to do it, but I
Yeah.
could see how you're saying. How do you cook a chicken with NyQuil? Well, you just fill up
Because
your,
you have a root beer recipe, so you can understand putting something that's like.
But
weird
you're not
in there.
also
Sure.
cooking it in like you're marinating it in marinating it.
Well, what I
in
do with my
root
Boston
beer,
butt roast is I put it in the crock pot
right?
and I put it in, and it soaks in the root beer, all friggin' day. So
Right.
maybe what you
Now-
do is you fill your crock pot with NyQuil, and then you just drop your chicken in there.
Disclaimer: don't do that.
Now, is this just a way for people who don't have any weed to get high?
I'm not sure, but
Like, I'm out of weed, man. How are we gonna
I
get
mean,
high with a NyQuil on the fucking chicken?
if you're that far gone, you just need to just just pray you can get clean.
Beer drinking, breath stinking, sniffing glue.
That shit, you just gotta go do.
Beastie
You
Boys.
just gotta go.
I wonder though how much of this is just people, having fun. You're making
There
a
is
TikTok
nothing
video.
fun about that.
You're just acting like you're eating chicken with
No, they're
NyQuil
eating
to be
chicken.
funny.
Or are they trolling people
Are
to
they
make people
dunking it?
think that
No.
it's real?
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what I'm
not?
saying.
No,
Like, they're not
it's
really
all
doing
real.
it.
It's real because if the
Did you see anyone eat it?
their TikToks out already, but people,
Fake
eating it?
news.
yeah, the FDA had to come out and literally say, "Stupid
I don't
people
believe that.
don't." It's there. It's
Show us a
literally
video.
Google's free.
All right,
Use
we're
it.
gonna pop up a video of somebody eating
The
this chicken
FDA
right
came
now.
out and said, "Stupid idiots don't do
And now I'm gonna
chicken
go ew,
and
just like we're
NyQuil.
watching
Did
it.
they-
It
Ew.
can kill you."
Those words exactly. Stupid
No,
idiots.
no,
Oh.
they said it.
No,
the
here's
more-
what they
said
said.
it
I
the
have
more
the
adult
actual.
way.
I have the actual
Yeah.
rules.
Oh, okay. Let's
The
hear it.
more adult way.
It says the Food and Drug Administration has issued a warning against
Okay.
cooking chicken and NyQuil after
I
a
like it.
social media challenge encouraged young viewers to try it, and it went viral. One social media trend relying on peer pressure is online video clips of people misusing non-prescription medications and encouraging viewers to do so, the FDA wrote.
You guys should do this totally.
The FDA says
It's
Don't
totes
listen to
cool.
him.
Makes you think I don't.
The FDA also goes on to say these video challenges, which often target youths, can be harmful to people and even cause death.
Tide Pods.
The trend challenge
I like it.
people to cook chicken and NyQuil or similar over-the-counter cough and cold medications, but boiling certain medications can be harmful to breathe in, let alone eat, the
Yeah,
agency
the fumes.
warned.
Tomcat warned.
So looks like it's bad news, you know. I mean, I don't even know that it would taste good because I hate the taste of NyQuil to begin
get the fuck out of here. Like,
Right.
what is going on? Why would you even think that would be something you might want to marinate? Like I said, unless you were just trying to get high and you didn't have any other means of getting high.
So
and
I'm
you
gonna
were
get
like,
high. Okay,
somehow I was gonna get
I'm
you
gonna get
high.
high,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
But
Might as well just drink the
I'm gonna
NyQuil
make
and
some
then eat the chicken.
And I want to get high.
Or eat the chicken.
Or
and
whatever
do
the
it.
Drink
hell.
NyQuil.
Either way, like you're just like fucked. You're fucked. Listen, go. You know what? Do yourself a favor. Do it. Actually, do that shit because that's one less person we got to deal with. Do
Nah,
that
man,
dumb
don't
shit.
say that, man. You gonna get us sued, dog.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, they already doing it. I ain't the one. I didn't create the damn trend. I'm not the one.
We do not condone nor even
Look,
say.
But if you do it,
If you do
drink a
it-
lot
If
of
you
it,
do
you
it-
stupid
If
motherfucker.
you
No,
said you do.
I'm only kidding.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You played.
All right, let's move on to our next topic.
Try peanut butter or something less harmful. Just
Yeah,
put peanut butter on the
thank
chicken or
you.
something else disgusting.
Yeah,
Cool Whip. Cook it in Cool Whip. New challenge, kids.
jelly.
One guy that can go in that Hall of Fame. That guy,
This sounds like
I
sports.
mean, that guy's going to be Brett Favre.
Uh-oh.
He could do things
Oh,
on the
that-
field
Brett
that nobody
Favre.
else could do. I mean, he could do things most
Oh,
people
my mic went
couldn't
limp.
even
Favre.
Brett-
That sounds like John Madden.
Favre.
Player one.
That's Frank Caliendo doing his best impression of John Madden.
John Madden loves him some Brett Favre.
Brett
Frank
Favre.
Caliendo.
Brett Farts.
So this guy, I really didn't care for him too much because I'm a Bears fan, and he used to carve up the Bears all the time with the Green Bay Packers.
Everybody does.
Much like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so did Aaron
Ayahuasca.
Rodgers.
Let's go.
Sucks.
But I feel like
But
Brett,
not for long.
I don't know about you guys, but Brett Favre was always one of those football players, even as a Bears fan, as much as I hated him, deep down inside, he was cool. He was kind of like the Marlboro Man.
Cool.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
He was just, you know,
He was cool.
he was cool. He was that down south.
Nah, he
just
wore Wrangler
simpleton.
jeans, dude. Sucks.
Yeah.
So does Dale
Terrible.
Jr. You watch NASCAR?
Terrible. What?
What's wrong with Wrangler jeans,
He
Ramo?
said terrible.
What's wrong with Wrangler jeans, Ramo?
Nothing.
Is that
You just
Would
said.
Wrangler
you-
racist?
No.
I think you're being racist.
No,
towards,
no.
rednecks.
He
and cowboys.
plays football in Wrangler jeans. No, I own Wrangler jeans.
You
Yeah,
do.
I knew
He
it.
disrespects the brand
Yeah,
by
well,
playing football in them. They're nice
I always liked Brett Favre, but it
dungarees.
sounds
I
like
hate Wrangler jeans. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I don't like
Do
him
you?
either.
I do. I
Why?
don't like them.
You're racist.
I know. But I like girls and wear them, but for guys, I don't like them.
Only when they're Daisy
Wranglers?
Dukes though, and they gotta have a nice ass though. Can't have a flat ass and it's just like, okay, I guess. You want to have a little something, but that okay. Back.
And
to what
he
you
used to
was
beat
saying.
my Bears too.
So I
till
guess
Lovey
Wrangler
became
is not
coach,
going to
so.
be a
a sponsor.
sponsor.
Well, they
no,
should be because we love them.
They like them.
For
They're
us,
cool.
yes. For Brett Favre, no, because he's a scumbag.
So Brett Favre, even though people loved him for so many years, he's getting a little bit of hate right now, and it
Really?
looks like a scandal is surrounding Brett Favre.
That has something to do with his penis.
Well, no, that was a
It was
something.
an old scandal,
Oh.
That was an old scandal.
and it was an old
penis.
It was a small scandal, very small. Scandal.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
This,
that's
this,
right here.
This
That's
one
right here.
seems to be bigger.
Oh, whoa.
Bigger penis.
It looks like
Did he
this-
drink water?
I don't know.
You get one of those honey packs from the store there they were talking about.
Let me read the article. You
Gotta
dick.
get that honey pack out.
We'll talk about the honey pack later.
The honey pack, because I don't know what the hell is the honey pack.
To be continued on the honey pack.
Yeah.
The scandal concerns a Jackson, Mississippi-based nonprofit community education center. Which
Oh,
was,
no. What'd he do?
It was under a months-long investigation by state auditors who suspected it of
Oh,
misusing
shit.
millions of dollars of welfare funds from
That
the federal
sucks.
government's temporary assistance for needy families program.
Brett!
Officials made 6 arrests back in February of 2020, including the nonprofit founder. Her
This
name is
affects everybody.
Nancy New. And it
Yep.
goes on to say that there was $77 million that was unaccounted for.
Damn.
And
That's more than he made with the Packers.
No.
it's saying
You
here
don't think-
that over $2 million that ultimately came from welfare funds meant to aid
Didn't
some of
get
the
paid
state's
that much
poorest
back then.
residents, help fund a company that Brett Favre was heavily invested in. So it
Ooh.
looks like kind of maybe a 6 degrees of separation where,
Okay, so it isn't really Brett Favre. It's just
No,
a company
Brett- so, no.
he has interest
but there's some
in.
text messages
But-
I've heard that have come out that I haven't read them, but
He
these
may
ones
be involved.
are going to
No,
make
it's
him
not
look
a
bad.
maybe. There's not a maybe to it.
He's definitely
He's
involved.
def.
I don't know
what
much
Brett,
about
listen,
it,
here's
so.
what Brett Favre did. Brett Favre took $5 million from the state of Mississippi, which is the poorest country. I mean, the poorest state in our country, and last in everything. And by the way, right now, don't have clean water. Like, they can't even boil. They told them boil your water. They can't even do that. Like, this is a Flint, Michigan situation, and it's been going on for a long time. Brett Favre took $5 million from the people less than the bottoms, and then got paid $1.1 million to do a speech that he never even did. He's a fucking scumbag. Fuck
Did he
Brett
sign
Favre.
footballs?
Fuck them footballs and fuck
And
him.
Terry Crews.
It says here that text messages filed in the
What,
lawsuit
you and your...
suggest Favre.
I love it.
It says that the lawsuit says that it suggests Favre used his influence in the state to help fund a $7 million volleyball stadium with a federal grant provided by the nonprofit. Also, like Memphis says, he was doing, he was supposed to do some speeches and $1.1 million for speeches that he never gave. This, according to the Associated Press. So it looked like a bunch of government money that was being shifted around and not being used for what they were saying it was being used for. And Brett Favre was taking a little bit of that $77 million that's unaccounted
Right,
for.
and in one of those text messages, he literally asked the question, will the media find out if you guys give me this money? Nobody's going to ask a question like, I ain't doing no dirt, but if they ask me, will they know if you gave me this money? You know what I mean? You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. Brett Favre he's a scumbag. Total scumbag. Total scumbag. And I don't dislike him because, like, I'm not a Packer fan, or
Nobody is.
Like, that's just jacked up. He's a scumbag, dude.
What do you think Brett Favre's net worth is?
Like $80 million or something.
It says, according to the internet, it's $100 million.
Okay, $100 million.
$100 million
That's
and
his net
seven.
Oh my God, $100 million.
And seven.
And then on top of that, and let's not forget about this. They were going to build a new volleyball arena at University of Southern Mississippi
nice.
for where he went, but his daughter plays volleyball.
Okay, so.
That money is for the poor, for the state.
And
Fuck that. Listen, if Southern Miss ain't got a good volleyball team, bitch, get in the transfer portal. It's a lot of other schools that do. But now your dad had to take $5 million. $5 million as opposed to.
What if they said that
there's no
to
what if
Tennessee? Because they were having issues when Peyton Manning was coming
no,
the
because
college ranks.
No, bro. No. That if Peyton Manning if Peyton Manning did that same, I'll be saying, listen, I'm evolved for life for real. My degree says so. Look,
you got proof of that?
Definitely.
I want to see it.
I'll bring it. Okay. So freaking, if Peyton Manning did that shit, I say the same thing about him. I would say the exact same thing. Like, you stealing from the poor, man.
Yeah,
you stealing from the poor.
Let's we're almost out of time. We've come down to one of my favorite parts of the show.
I haven't antagonized you yet.
This is going to be TK's not so good news. I don't know if he's prepared with his not so good news.
I'm getting tired of antagonizing him.
Tomcat, are you prepared? I know
I'm ready
are.
with the fucking news.
The not so news.
Oh yeah.
The not so news.
Are you ready for the news? All right.
Scary news.
Our official newsman, Tomcat, who watches the most news on the show. Take it away, Tom.
Am I ready?
Tom?
All right. On this day in history, September 21st, 1780, Benedict Arnold betrays the cause of American independence.
What a dick.
That was today. Did you know that?
September
Benedict
21st?
Arnold. Yep. September 21st, but in 1780.
It's a long time ago.
Yep. Distinguished American combat officer Benedict Arnold met a British commander in secret with a plot to trade the colonial stronghold at West Point for cash on this day in history, September 21st. And the guy he met with got hanged. Benedict Arnold escaped.
He got hung, right?
Yeah.
Or did he get hanged?
He got hanged or hung, whichever
Hanged.
it is. And
They hanged his ass.
That'd be like sharing like nuclear
his
weapon
ass.
documents with like dictators and shit.
Yep. Andre, who was the guy.
Keeping them on your desk.
He met the meeting was with British Major John Andre.
Ooh.
That's who he was
And
conspiring
they
with.
ended up calling that dude, right? They called him
They ended
too?
up catching that guy and hanging him. He was executed,
Awesome.
but
Good for
Benedict
them.
Arnold escaped, and he actually got with the British Army and fought until his death. So he was on the other side.
He got
fighting
killed in battle.
in battle.
Honorable.
All right.
Somebody pissed him
Next
off.
up, Tulsa police catch a serial burglar due to his love for SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hey man, I can empathize with him.
You like SpongeBob?
I love SpongeBob.
Oh, man, you're
My
weird.
kids
We've been
love
to Tulsa
SpongeBob.
before, Gentry.
You got
Tulsa time.
SpongeBob shoes. You got a little flippy floppy.
No, but
SpongeBob shoes?
I seen some kid draw some Nikes or Adidas into like some SpongeBob shoes, and that shit was dope. If somebody that listens to this show knows how to do that, holla at your boy. I want
I'll
to get
let
my
your boy
son
with
some.
the SpongeBob shoes.
Yeah.
This guy's-
Actually, Kyrie Irving has a SpongeBob version of his Kyrie, one of the versions that came out about 2 years ago.
People like the
Interesting. Let me just check that
SpongeBob.
out.
This guy's
so
nickname was
weird.
also known as. He's also known as. Well, his name is Edward Price, also known as Smack Man.
Smack Man.
Yep, set to be arraigned Thursday. Tulsa police said one suspect attire helped them nab him for burglarizing his neighbors. Authority received posts of 5 different burglaries at the Waterside Apartments between July 23rd and September 13th. Most of the cases were similar, where the front door was kicked in and electronics, guns, and televisions were stolen. In several cases, the suspect was seen wearing SpongeBob shorts and socks.
That's crazy.
When he allegedly went to sell some of the stolen items on Facebook Marketplace, those same clothing items were seen in the background of the photos.
That the funny thing about that is they call him Smack Man, but not because he sold drugs, because he had a speech impediment that made it sound like he was smacking every time he said his T's.
Smack
Yeah,
Man.
it was terrible.
Mac
What
man.
else? What else you got,
Yeah.
Tomcat? What else you got?
Beyond Meat suspends executive after he was arrested on
I heard
suspicion
about
of biting a man's nose. Almost
Beyond
off. He
Meat?
took off meat. He took off meat off this guy's nose. Yep.
Well,
Beyond
ew.
Meat CEO suspended its chief operating officer after he was arrested over the weekend on suspicion of biting a man's nose during a fight following an Arkansas football game.
You sure was that?
Yep. What? Police arrested the vegan food purveyor's CEO, Doug Ramsey, on charges of terroristic threatening and third-degree battery on
That's what
Sunday
they do
night.
down in Arkansas. They a
Lord.
bunch of nose biters.
Yep.
Does that make him an official meat eater, or are
Appar-
humans
technically,
meat? We
yeah.
are meat, right?
This guy
Yeah.
punched through the back windshield of the Subaru that had hit the tire of his Bronco. I guess they were in traffic coming out of the game, and he got
You
pissed.
sure he wasn't sharing his cocaine with the guy and the guy
Arkansas
took
won
too
that.
much?
Arkansas won that day. What the hell? Or unless he was rooting for the team that Arkansas smashed.
Maybe.
Oh, was it? He must have went to South Carolina because they did kick their ass the other day.
They did.
Yeah.
Sounds
so
terrible.
well, too bad. So
That's the
sad.
news.
That's the news, bitches.
And that's the news.
That was
Well,
fun.
another
I don't
edition
know,
of the
man.
show
I guess
is
I don't
here
know.
in the books.
that's man. I tell you what.
I wanted to say again that September is Suicide Awareness Month, so reach out
Yeah.
to somebody if you think they're having trouble.
Please do.
I'd rather listen to your problems than attend your funeral.
May
That's
all
deep.
your ups and downs happen between the sheets.
Hey,
Take it one day at a time and just give 110%.
It's true.
Love yourself.
That's right.
And each other.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to the problem. Pay attention to the solution.
There
Stop
you go.
touching yourself.
No.
Everybody
What
knows.
if they like
That's
touching
terrible.
themselves?
Everybody
suggestion.
knows that you're touching yourself.
What
Stop
if
it.
they
Man.
like touching themselves?
What's
I
your
mean,
point?
Everybody knows.
What if they find pleasure in that?
You'll shoot your eye out.
And
If you ain't wrong, you will.
and
Boom, 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 boom. Well, it's time for us to go play some basketball.
sweet.
Again, thank you to our sponsor, BetterHelp.com/Outcast. Save 10% on your first month's therapy online.
Check them out.
Really simple to do.
Mhm.
You don't have to make an appointment. You can get in to see a therapist online at the comfort of your own home in front of your computer. And that's going to do it for us. Episode 35 in the books. Thanks, guys. Great show today.
Yeah, no, that was
And
awesome.
if you see
Thank
me on
you.
the
Thank you
street,
for the sparring
address me
match.
as Sweet Chuck from Peanuts.
Time to break out the
Sweet
kung fu.
penis.
Tomcat versus Ramo 2.0 on the basketball court coming up
That's
now.
gonna be
Ouch.
great.
I heard already.
Epsom salt helps.